Did what's your name get at you yesterday?
Who?
These nuts.
Aw, shut up, nigga.
These nuts. It never gets old. It never gets old. True story. I have Warren G's number because I booked him as a guest on my old radio show to explain D's nuts. And I stored his cell phone. He called my phone number, my cell phone. So last week, I called, went straight to voicemail, and I said, D's nuts. Yeah. Did I mention I'm 38? Okay. Hey, thank you for tuning in to the Sit Down Zumock podcast, episode number 8. I appreciate it. Last week's episode, or 2 weeks ago, was epic. Over 20,000 listens. The Maxwell episode. 20,000 listens. Thank you so much. I guess it got passed around with everyone. I've been getting feedback to this day about that episode. We weren't sure how it was going to go, but the response has been overwhelming. You guys loved it. It's been so overwhelming that we're actually going to do it again. We're doing an encore episode next week of the Sit Down Zumock podcast with the Maxwell Show. So I'm glad you guys all enjoyed our hatred for him. I'm glad you downloaded it and shared it and left a comment on my iTunes and rated it and left a donation. Yeah, if you go to sitdownzumock.com on the left-hand side below the Twitter feed, you can donate to the podcast. It kind of keeps this thing going. And I want to thank sponsors that we have right now. FrizzonMedia.com. FrizzonMedia.com for all your media needs. I'm talking B-roll, time lapses, commercials, video, you name it, they do it. They're the best at what they do. I've been working with them from the beginning. And if you want to hire Frizzon Media, just go to their website and you can contact them. I want to thank my buddy Chris Clem. Each and every week, he's an unsung hero. He's a comedian. He helps me put this podcast together. Thank you, Chris Clem. You can find him on Twitter at Chris Clem. All right, I want to get to the episode number 8. This was a great episode, one of the funniest episodes I've ever done because I laughed so hard because I basically put 4 people in a room that don't belong together, and I enjoyed every moment of it. And they were all great sports. We had comedian Ryan Dalton, who's no stranger to this podcast. He joined us, and we had the infamous debut, long overdue debut, of the one and only Hot Carl. Hot Carl joins us along with Fox 8 reporter, the lovely Melissa Reed, who was... Oh, I don't think she knew what she was getting herself into, but you'll enjoy it. I had a blast. She was a great sport. And if you're not from the Cleveland area, this probably, you know what? You'll get it real quick. It's very Cleveland-oriented. Because I know I have some listeners from out of state. They just kind of found this thing. You guys tweeted me. They emailed me. Joe in St. Louis, who's never been to Cleveland. So, hey, maybe you'll get to know Cleveland in this episode. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed it. I sure as hell did. So check it out. Episode number 8. Sit Down Zumock Podcast. Holla at your boy.
Bunch of bullshit. 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 Bunch of
All right, episode 8 of the Sit Down Zumock podcast. I'd like to welcome my very special guest at this point. First, coming to the stage, the table, the one and only Hot Carl, everybody. Give it up for Hot Carl. Take your time, Hot Carl. Here, you can sit right here. How's it going, Hot Carl?
Hold on.
I'm glad you're up right now.
Wait for baby.
Carl, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Chad?
Have you ever been up this early before? 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
No, I woke up like a half an hour ago.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm excited to have you on this podcast with me. This is a very special podcast. It's like one of those very special sitcoms, like in the 80s. You remember the one where Dudley got touched on different strokes? This is what this is going to be.
Oh, I can't remember that. Dudley.
Do you
Who's
remember?
Dudley?
That doesn't
Was that the
matter.
white kid?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't though. Anyways, the next guest coming to the stage, a dear friend of mine. You know him, you love him. Comedian Ryan Dalton, everybody. Give it up for Ryan Dalton. Look at Ryan. Look at that. Looks like he just got back from the gym.
So many comedy championships this year alone.
You've seen him on Comedy Central. You've seen him on Sullivan and Son. Ryan, how are you?
A champion. That's who I am.
You feeling good about this?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good about it. I'm excited. This is a long time coming.
Yeah.
I'm off piggybacking off the success of last week's podcast where you had received 20,000 downloads.
Which I'm hoping to surpass with this one.
Yeah. 21,000 downloads.
That's where I'm going with this.
Right.
And I think I know what's going to throw us over the edge. Are you ready for this?
I'm excited.
Our final guest to the Sit Down Zumock podcast from Fox 8, Mrs. Melissa Reed. Get over here. Get over
Fox
here.
8 in the house.
I'm so excited. We broke out the champagne, Melissa, because you are a very special guest. Not only you are our first female guest,
Thank you.
but you're our first professional person.
You smell good.
This is up at the very top of what I've accomplished in my career. This
Bucket list.
I've decided has just legitimized everything that I've done here in Cleveland. This podcast.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
feel like a champion right now, don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna Beyonce this and take this mic. Hold
Yeah,
on.
break it out. You know, I want you to feel comfortable. We have champagne because, like I said, you're our first female guest.
Well, thank you.
You're the first non-comedian.
Thank you.
The first non-comedian. So,
So you're saying I'm not funny?
no, I think you're hilarious. I love you, and I want to
you.
make a toast to Melissa Reed, everybody. Put your champagne glasses up.
Is this Cristal?
Cristal, I don't mess around. This is the Melissa Reed.
It looks like
Oh,
Asti
cheers.
Spumante.
Cheers, Carl. Cheers.
Now, for me, this is a dream
good
come
year.
true to have
Oh, I'm off
everyone
the wagon.
here right
I'm on
now.
the
That
wagon.
was fantastic.
Shit.
This is great for me because I have people that don't belong together right now.
I know. This
Yeah.
is. We're like the Mod Squad minus the black guy.
I'm on the wagon. I just drank champagne.
This kind of makes me feel like we're at the Last Supper, though.
Yeah.
Like champagne, comedians, me, and a really black.
That's
long
why I'm
table.
on the wagon, because I'm not supposed to be drinking. It could be my last supper.
Thank you
Okay.
for sharing that.
Now, Melissa, let me ask
Yeah.
you something. You've been in the news for how long?
I've been here in Cleveland 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Now, I did a little research on you. I actually did
Stalking?
show prep. Yes.
Okay.
I call.
Can you send that to me?
You say show prep, online stalking, same thing.
Yeah. You were born and raised in Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Now you're in Cleveland.
Right.
Explain yourself.
Pittsburgh born, Cleveland adopted.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Now,
love
now,
it.
when did you move here?
Do you know
2
Steve
years
Byrne?
ago?
Wait, say it again, Hot
Do you
Carl?
know Steve Byrne?
I don't know Steve
Oh, I
Byrne.
thought you guys knew each other.
But
Okay.
thank you for asking me, making it uncomfortable. Go ahead. Thank you.
Now, I'm fascinated with you because I mean,
Thank
we
you.
know each other
I know. Long time.
for a long time. We've been in social situations,
Sure.
and you've always been a doll.
Oh,
But I'm fascinated
Is
because
this a date?
it is. And you guys are the two third
We're
wheels.
making
Am
sure
I
it doesn't get
chaperone?
weird.
no, I'm fascinated because you come here and you take over the town.
Oh,
You're everywhere.
thanks.
No, you're on the Scene magazine. You're the best Twitter person in Cleveland,
I
Ohio.
just saw
Is that
that.
true?
It's
Best-
amazing. That is an honor. I did see that. I'm quite jealous.
It's just because I got on and voted for myself 35,000 times. It's the only reason why I won.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a hell of an honor.
Thank
know,
you.
What is your Twitter handle? Go ahead and plug it.
It's at Melissa Reed Fox 8.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I
All right.
following you?
No, you're not
I am.
actually.
I follow her.
Thank you, Ryan,
I'll
for
follow
being a
you to your
friend.
car.
Hot
Absolutely.
Carl, wow, that was uncomfortable. But Chad, actually, I didn't want to just hold on to this because I haven't been thinking it for the longest time. But Chad Zumock does not follow me on
Well,
Twitter. He
the-
follows like 42 people.
Right.
I'm so bad at that, and I'm so ashamed that I don't follow you. I'm gonna do that right now.
It's like he's like, I don't want to get to 43.
Is
you
it,
know?
Is
Well, I
it
started
REID?
ID Fox 8.
Fox 8.
Yes.
Now, where did you get the Fox 8?
Well, I work for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
That makes sense.
I do the 70-30, which is 70% work, 30% personal.
Okay.
And so I like to interact with all of my Twitter followers.
You
So
go
maybe
back
that's
and
why I
forth with
won.
people?
Yeah, I go back and forth. I don't share too much just because there are a lot of people out there that maybe feel like they know you a little
Sure.
too well because of that. But,
I don't know what that's like. Are you talking about me?
Oh.
No, I have a question for you. Being that you work in the news and you're out there, do they ever come to you at Fox 8 Mail? Look, Melissa, we're going to need you to tone it down about your personal life. Okay? We're going to need you to talk more about school closings in the wintertime, a little less about what you had for dinner last night. Does that ever happen?
No, because I think the relationships that I have with the people on Twitter, I've gotten stories that I never would have gotten unless they're like, oh, we saw this huge fight at like Hayes High School or something, and they send it just to me because of that.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, do you get a lot of Twitter hate?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you do? How do you handle this?
Well, if it's a funny tweet, and they're accurate, and
Sure.
like maybe I have too big hair, I appreciate it, so I'll respond. And
Do you get
Fuck
that? Really?
them.
yeah, absolutely. If it's funny, if it's a funny dig, I can respect that,
Okay.
But if it's something not so funny, I just ignore it.
No,
Back
I've
into
always
the
been
Twitter world.
fascinated with local news because I grew up in the area.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I mean, as you probably know, living in Cleveland now, like we love our people.
Yes.
We really legitimately love our people. Like there's a reason why Dick Goddard is still relevant 95 years later and people still love him.
Oh, dude, I literally walked. I was
He's
in
got woolly
Fox
bears
8
in his
yesterday.
pants.
You were?
Yeah, I was there. I
didn't
was
say hi.
taping. Well, I can't just walk around. They're going to throw
You
me out
could've.
of there. I thought about hot wiring the news van and taking
would've
it for
been
a
fantastic.
ride, busting through all 7 gates to get out. I was in there and I was walking down the halls and they have like all these historic, Cleveland historic photographs of people throughout the news and Big Chuck and Little John. And I'm not going to lie to you, I got a little emotional.
I know.
I was a kid and I watched Big Chuck and Little John. They were so good. I love them.
Suck it up, Dalton.
I'm sorry.
What he's sharing is there is a hallway of fame as you walk through the Fox 8 studio.
With the same
And-
original carpet, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
And wallpaper.
It's like doing an American Idol walk right to the end, and on each side are all these Cleveland legends.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
One
When
day-
I was 7, can I butt in?
Go ahead, Carl. You have the
I
floor.
was at Jaw County Fairgrounds. The first autograph I ever got was from Dick Goddard at the chicken flying contest.
That's great.
He signed my arm. I was like 7 and I didn't
still see it.
wash it.
Weird.
Oh, I still see it. Oh, yeah.
Those
God,
memories
the
never die,
openers here.
Carl. They
No.
never die. This is a good question. Does Dick Goddard know your name?
Actually, he does the same thing because Dick Goddard. Actually, I'm sharing a lot, but he is a germaphobe.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Yes. So he.
I went to shake his hand once. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, he won't
And he
do
goes,
it.
sorry, I don't shake hands because it's
Fist pumps.
because of the virus. I go, what virus?
Did you
And he
go?
went to-
Did you
Yeah.
go? Do you touch? You touch dogs constantly.
Every day. He will let them lick his face, but if you want to get a high five, not happening. So he will fist pump you. So like that. So I'm always like, hey, Dick, how are ya? And he goes, hey, Mel, I'm alive, and then walks right past.
That's accurate. He's still alive.
I mean, it's like he drops the mic and then keeps walking.
Yeah.
Every day.
He's like a rapper. Like,
Yeah.
he's, bam, I'm out.
Bing! Right. Yeah.
No, the reason I'm fascinated with, and I know there's people that listen in Columbus and St. Louis, and they can care less about this podcast right now. But I am fascinated with local news. I am fascinated with it. I still watch local news. I know the internet's kind of doing its thing, and people are getting their news elsewhere. But the local news reporter, is that like something that you really appreciate? Do you really like want to break stories? I mean,
Yes.
do you want to be investigative?
Yeah. Well, I think what you're saying, though, I just want to touch on that,
Sure.
is that Cleveland loves their people.
Yeah.
So regardless of, we tell the news, but I think they're invested in the people, like Wilma Smith, Dick Goddard, those are what
Carl.
Hot Carl.
Yeah.
So
Wilma
that's why they
Smith.
care. And so they want to tune in and see the people. And then, incidentally, we're telling them the news.
All right.
But yes, I legitimately want to break stories.
Yeah.
fun.
My mom used to work at Higbee's, which is Dillard's now. And she worked at the makeup counter. And this lady comes in there with sunglasses and a babushka, like totally I can't tell who she is. And she goes, don't tell anybody. I'm Wilma Smith. Okay, so do you want some concealer? Gives a shit.
I had
Melissa,
no
Fucking
idea
get
where
your
he was
face
going with
snapped
that.
back.
Now, Melissa,
I'm gonna.
have
Yeah,
you
just they have more booze here that's stronger than this. So
Wow.
Melissa, have you ever done that before?
What?
What Wilma Smith did at Higbee's?
Drop my name? No, because I don't want to deal with the crickets afterwards when they're like, who the is this? The Twitter girl? No. No one cares.
I know. No one gives a shit.
I feel the same way. If I feel recognized, I'm like, are we related? Is that how you know me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the more of those. Are you the Instagram girl? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, is this my career right now? Yeah.
Let me ask you about this Instagram. I follow you on Instagram.
Not Twitter.
Let's plug it.
Melissa Reed Fox 8.
Okay. And I follow you, and I noticed something. You have a lot of hashtags.
Yes.
Explain
you
the
lead the league in
hashtags.
hashtags.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I'm like legitimate hashtag. Well, the hashtag, welcome to social media, is what drives people to look at your pictures.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, so if you like hashtag sweater, hashtag vest, anybody that's interested in a sweater vest will go right to your picture.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've never clicked on a hashtag before.
I just dropped a little 411 on all of
This
you.
is a little information that I did not know.
Yeah.
So,
Hashtag Little Hot Carl.
so I'm on Melissa's Instagram. There's a hashtag like cute.
Yeah.
So if you were to click on cute,
If somebody was like, what's cute right now? Well, I posted a picture of this, what it was a elegant woman running, and it said something like, this is what I think I look like when I run. And then underneath was a chubby girl holding on to candy going, this is what I really look like. I thought the girl was cute, so I hashtag cute.
Hashtag Goal Bond.
Yeah.
hey, how about I want this is what I want to do right now. This is more of the visual aspect of it. I want to take a picture of the four of us together,
Hashtag cute.
and I'm gonna post it, but I'm gonna have you put the hashtags in.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
It's a service I provide.
yeah, but I'll wait till after the show.
I'm going to be his social media manager, and next year he will win best Twitter, Instagram of Cleveland.
Hashtag available.
You're welcome.
Okay, I have if you were to give these gentlemen, myself included, if you could give a one-word hashtag for each of us, what would that be?
Hashtag hat.
Hat.
I just hat.
Hat.
It's just
Because
you,
he's wearing a hat?
Right now, I just identify you with a hat, a big C hat.
So, like, if somebody's searching, like, what are hats, and then they find me.
You will be
Hat.
a hat.
I will be hat.
Hashtag
Hash-
pre-diabetes.
Hashtag. Hashtag awkward. Yeah.
Hashtag one leg.
Just awkward.
I hope it's the right one because it's killing me.
How come?
Is this what my career has come to?
Yeah, this is great. I
Yeah.
love it because we're like comedians, so we're a bunch of dirt bags, and
Yeah.
you're like a real person.
Well, thank you for you being a
We are
real
the
person.
scum of the earth.
Whereas you are a pillar of community, we are like the dirt underneath the building of the community.
Right. Well, a little
We are
bit
the
like
termites.
the table here. It's just about sharing and being with people you would never ever be with. So
Yeah, you would never be with us.
There
if
we
it
go.
wasn't
And
for
now
me.
we're in love.
Oh.
Like if we were sitting
Awkward.
next to each other,
Hashtag awkward.
if we were sitting next to each other at the Cavs game, I would wait for an usher to be removing me.
Right. I have seen, which by the way, I see this one over all the time, and he's in the front row,
Oh, yeah.
floor seats
Yeah.
like me,
Yeah.
and there he is. So he's Mr. Man About Town.
I'm the Jack Nicholson of Cleveland.
You kind of
Cavaliers.
are.
That's right.
You kind of are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take pride that I haven't paid for a ticket in 4 years.
I am not either.
Hot Sopko.
How about you, Hot Carl? Where do you sit in the queue?
I don't go. I'm banned.
Now, you've been in the news for a long time, and what other cities? You worked in Pittsburgh,
I worked in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Virginia.
West Virginia. Same thing.
Paying your dues. That's paying your dues
Thank
right there.
you.
That is like
And
open
every-
micing in comedy. You got to do the stuff you don't want to do before you get the stuff you want.
Like this?
Right. This
Right.
is it. This is it. This is the crown jewel. That leads me to my next question.
So when you were young, go ahead. Sorry.
When you found out you got a job in Cleveland, were you excited? Or were you like,
I knew nothing about Cleveland. Nothing. I mean, I
It's
legitimately.
better than fucking West Virginia.
Well, that's true. That's everyone said everyone. No, but I literally did not know anything about Cleveland. Came here, got an apartment right down, like in the city here.
Would you like to plug your apartment number?
No, I'm good.
That girl.
I'm good. Hot Carl, I'm good. And like, you know, what Chad said, I mean, I made sure to go to everything, check out everything, accept invitations like this, and go out and meet people. So I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Awesome.
Did not think that going in. I mean, I'll be honest, I had no expectations. And now it has surpassed everything I've
Like
ever
you live
thought
like
of.
Pittsburgh isn't that far away. It's like
No,
2 hours
2 hours,
away. And you've
straight
been like,
turnpike.
I've never been to Cleveland.
I legitimately have never, I think I went to a concert or something, even before it was the Q.
Okay.
You know?
Arena.
Yes.
Sure.
Who'd you see?
I think it was not Nicki Minaj. I think it was like the
Gwar?
Jay-Z. No, it was like the Jay-Z. Remember when it was Jay-Z and Redman and Method Man? They did a wrong crowd.
No, that's cool.
I see that.
They love
Hard
Asians.
Knocks Life Tour. They did a Hard Knocks Life Tour, and I think
Oh,
I came
okay.
here to Cleveland.
Oh, that's a
for it.
while back.
So you're into the hop hip.
No.
No?
Not at all. I just felt like I wanted to go.
Now, let me ask you this. Are you mad there's no IKEA here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate question.
Like they're like, oh, we have our house. Big difference.
Yeah. Huge difference.
Huge difference.
Do you miss the horse meat that you can buy there?
The what?
The Swedish
Horse
meatballs
meat.
he's referring to, the
Oh.
recent scandal.
Oh, with IKEA, I've never actually legitimately eaten there, but I've taken a nap.
Why would you eat there?
Well, Swedish.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to steer the ship back.
Okay.
Okay.
Hot
We're
segue.
getting a little off track here. I want to get back to the news reporting. That's where I want to learn because I think that part of me, there's that.
Take us into the depths of news. Is there competition
Yeah.
between not alone at, let's say, Fox 8, let's say about all the other stations? Like
Channel
when,
3.
When you're out.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Channel
out, you're like,
5, 19
having
Action
fun.
News. Who's the worst news station?
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, he asked the tough questions.
Wow. Because this is on podcast and it's, you know, there's probably right now probably about 5 or 6 people watching. I'm not going to
Oh,
Thousands.
say, totally joking. No,
No,
thousands.
but is there like a competition
Yes.
amongst? Is
Yeah.
there? Are you
I mean,
competitive?
yeah,
'Cause I
for
know
sure.
women are catty. I just want to know if news people are too.
No, but like when you go out on the scene, you know, I mean, if you're running after victims and stuff, a good friend of mine, Dave Summers from KYC, who's leaving, was like the infamous. I mean, I'd be like right there, and I'd have like the victim's mother, and Dave Summers just steal it right away from me.
Oh.
But he's, you know, he's good like that. Now he's going to San Diego to kill it.
Wow. Do you ever go ahead?
I know you can't answer which ones are worth, but
Yeah.
Channel 5.
blink twice if it's Channel 3 is what I was trying to get at.
Looks like they're doing that shit
Like
in
if
the
you
closet.
see another newscaster out from a competing news station, do you ignore them?
No, I say hi.
Hey,
Because it's a
but
family.
is it like hey, or is it like
hi,
hi, or, hey?
hi. I'm like, the victim's mother's that way. Meanwhile, you know, they've been long gone.
I can't believe that somebody would step in the middle of one of your interviews like that.
No, I mean, that's what the business is.
That's
You
Do you know
Unbelievable.
Tracy McCool?
Yeah, she's awesome.
I went to college with her.
Wow.
We were both in radio TV production.
It's hot in here.
Take it. Yeah, get comfortable. Come on.
It's hot, Carl. He has that effect on
I
everybody.
became a dancer for the Cavs, a fat guy dancer.
He
like
was.
about
He was a beefcake on the leg.
7 years ago.
He wrote. This is a true story.
And what's crazy is I was the thinnest guy on the dance team. So we went to Fox 8. We went to Fox 8 to do this dance thing because it was the first year they had the fat guy dancers. And Tracy McCool was working with Wayne Dawson, but he didn't pull out the skin flute thing back then.
That's
So we're dancing, and Tracy recognizes me. And she goes, "Didn't I go to college with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, look like you're doing a lot more with your degree than I am, huh, Carl?" Then I fell off the stage. Ratings.
Hi, Carl.
Is that on YouTube?
I don't know. None of our dances are on YouTube. It was like right before YouTube, I think.
Certainly hope
Before
it
it got
is. At some
popular.
point, will resurface.
Well, didn't you get fired from the dance team?
I just didn't get rehired the next year.
They didn't re-up your contract.
I complained about because I guess I complained too much about it because we were getting like $5.15 an hour. It was so fucking poorly managed. It was so fucked up. You had 15 guys over 400 pounds, and they had nothing. They promised us all this shit, and they never came through anything. Like the fucking cheerleaders are getting like hair and makeup and tanning and getting paid, and we're sitting there for 14 hours, $5.50 in the fucking ticket window,
I mean, did you guys
for
get
the
food?
pizza to come.
Right.
Are the work conditions similar at Fox 8 as to what Hot Carl's describing right
Nothing
now?
like that, actually. Nothing at all.
So you do know Tracy McCool then? All right.
Yeah. She's actually never brought you up, though, so.
I think she got a tit job. She didn't have those big tits in college.
Hashtag uncomfortable. Hashtag uncomfortable.
Has anyone at Fox 8 ever hit on you?
No.
No?
No, we're just one big family.
Okay,
now.
so everybody's very professional there.
Yes, very
Okay.
professional, unlike to my right.
Oh, yeah, he's amateur. Bush League. Bush League.
But
this
I mean,
guy.
who we should be asking about this is
You
Chad.
guys should not be next to each other anywhere ever.
No, like ever, like after this, never.
I love it so much. I love everything about it.
Well, I mean, it's just now I'm going to go to work and look at everybody differently, you know,
But
and
they will have
wonder.
learned a lot. They will have learned a lot.
and just wonder, you know. Do you have any more gems?
Did you ever see that video when Wayne Dawson said Kenny Crumpton plays the skin flute? You ever see that?
I have actually.
I love
Is Kenny Crumpton annoying?
No, Kenny Crumpton is a great.
He's awesome.
He's a cool dude. No, he's a cool dude.
He is a cool dude. He literally will be out at all hours and then just roll in and do like the best job in the morning. It's fantastic.
Oh my
How many times have you seen Kenny Crumpton out?
All the time.
More than Chad?
Yes, as of recent. Yes.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Chad, you got to step up your game.
Yeah.
Well, as
Yeah.
of December 5th, I don't go out as much.
How many white women has
That's no
Kenny
excuse.
Crumpton been on?
That's no excuse.
No, it's not. Come back. But
No, listen.
but the thing is, Chad, has now parlayed into television. Chad, what do you think is, in your experience over at we won't say?
Oh yeah.
How are things? You know, how's television for you? Do you enjoy it?
Do I love television?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
what's different?
I like TV. I like it a lot. I think radio, you kind of have to. People really think they have a connection with you. They think they know who, like you said,
Yeah.
But it's personal because you're talking 4 hours a day. Where TV, it's just like little spots here and there. And
Right.
I'm fascinated with local TV. I always have been since I was a kid. I grew up watching local TV. So I think that's like. So anytime I have a chance to talk to a professional person like yourself,
Sure.
that I try to like kind of dig and get in their brain a little bit. Now let me ask you that: do you think Hot Carl would ever make a good reporter?
No.
Fuck yeah, I would.
No, I don't.
Why?
I tell
Well,
the
because
truth.
you have to be filtered, and there is no filter to my right.
Well, I can work on the swearing.
Well, also the personal stories you usually don't share, like.
You can't really report on
Oh, who
yourself, Carl.
cares?
You got to
Right.
actually.
And
ask
I've noticed
questions.
that he's kind of honed on details, like this size and people's face. Those details usually aren't shared so
It's
readily.
because I hate myself.
Well-
I rip everyone else down. I'm calling for help.
Aren't you glad you did this?
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. It's great.
I'm gonna feel horrible if Monday morning
I
they
get
come
fired?
walking in. They're like, "I'm sorry, Melissa.
We're gonna let you
We're
go.
gonna have to let you go. We appreciate all your services and everything
Yeah.
you did."
But what you do on your off time
But then again, that would be great publicity for this podcast.
has compromised.
Or they'll call you and like, who's that Hot Carl guy?
He needs
We're
his
looking
own
for a
television
replacement
show.
for Kenny Crumpton.
Actually, that might work out. That might work.
And where would you do Kicking It with Hot Carl then? Where would
Kicking It with Hot Carl.
Where would
Hustler
the first?
Club.
Well, there you go. And there you go.
That'll be first episode.
All right. How about the second one?
Christie's.
All right. How about the third?
Probably my mom's basement.
It's your landlord. The landlord.
The landlord. The landlord. Shit.
Landlord.
All right, we're gonna ask the question everybody wants to know. Let's quit beating around the bush. Do you have a boyfriend?
Oh, I'm happily taken. Yes. Married.
You're
Yes.
married.
Yes.
I
Now,
know
that
that's
was the
like.
$64,000 question.
What was that 1 in a million shit?
I wanted to know that because I didn't know.
Okay. I don't share.
You don't share
70-30.
information. This is like a very uncensored. It's unfiltered.
Okay.
We're getting to know you. I don't know if you want.
How long
people-
have you been married?
5 years.
5
Okay.
years. She's
Yeah.
got me. She's got me beat by 2.5. Is that right, honey?
Oh.
2.5. Thank God. Oh my
She's
God.
beautiful,
Thank God I'm right.
too.
I know. She's
Yeah.
got cataracts.
She also
can't
has
see
an
us right now.
Instagram too.
Yeah, she's totally blind. Can't see us.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
So, where did you meet this fella? Are we allowed to talk
College.
about this? Or do you want to talk about some...
No, I mean, I'll share.
shard and
This is
shooting or something.
different. Yeah, no, I'll share. We went to college together.
Okay.
And,
Where'd you go to college?
I went to college in West Virginia.
Okay. There we go.
I met him at a bar. I asked him to buy me a shot, and it's been heaven
Made
ever
the
since.
first move.
I did.
You did.
Saw what
I
you wanted.
did.
Melissa Reed sees something. She wants it. She
No one
takes
came
it.
in at the last second and stole it. No.
She closes
Is
deals.
he white?
Yes.
Hot girl.
That was such an uncomfortable question.
How did he propose to you?
We were walking my dog, and we went and got ice cream, and that was it.
Well, that's good.
What a
wouldn't see that one
homo.
coming.
I had no idea. Yeah. What about you? How'd you propose to your wife?
No, just
I hired the Cleveland Orchestra to play my backyard, and
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
no, I blew it. I
Oh,
totally-
this
it
was the most romantic proposal ever.
I hired the Cleveland Orchestra, the world famous Cleveland.
Ryan
It was
cock
actually
blocked me
the
with his
basement
wife.
of Pickwick and Frolic down here on East 9th Street. That's where I met her. And hilarities. 3
Yeah.
years to the day, I asked her to marry me where I had met her.
Aw, this
She's been
is
regretting it ever
see,
since.
I told you this was a special...
I feel like
Sit
we're
down
on The
Zumock
View
podcast.
now.
On a very special Chad Zumock.
I wish you had a twin sister.
And what about you, Hot Carl? Are you in a relationship taken?
I've been late in like 2 years.
Well, I'm gonna help you out here.
you
Now,
have a
what is
sister?
it that you look for? I do have a younger sister. What is it that you look for in a woman that makes them
just-
special in your mind?
Williness.
Sure. Intoxication.
Is your sister
I
willing?
don't know. I don't know.
You haven't
Next
thought about
question.
it?
I just look for her not to be over like 175. That's really it, and not be fucking crazy.
Well, that narrows it down a little bit, you know?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Just
So... Concentrate.
wow.
All right, I want to bring it back because you said Cleveland Orchestra.
Yes.
And we understand that you are a classically trained piano player. Is that true?
I am a classically trained pianist.
Well, we've got a surprise for you.
Okay.
You're going to be playing some tunes for us right now.
Oh snap!
Now,
What?
to my understanding, because you probably look at me like you're an idiot. No, I did research,
Okay.
and you played with the Cleveland Orchestra.
I did.
Did you really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna have you play a little tune live on the
Oh
podcast.
snap!
Yeah, snap
Oh,
is
this is-
right.
this is
Hashtag
happening.
snap. Hashtag
This is
snap.
happening.
Yes.
Don't play any Adele shit.
What do you guys want? Some
Can you bring it
Oh,
over for Melissa,
crap.
please, Ryan? Could you bring that over for Melissa?
This is the most fantastic show. This is just.
Oh, I know. It's
Wow. Nothing like putting
Do you
me
know
on
any
the
Fiona Apple? I
spot.
like Fiona.
this is gonna be better than my Maxwell podcast.
I don't have a. What's it called?
What do you call it? Chopsticks?
Hey,
What?
He
Oh,
meant play
no.
chopsticks.
No, it's.
I can do chopsticks. It's not on.
It's
Oh,
not on?
wait. Let's turn it on. How about we turn on the piano?
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Fox 8.
Dick got her.
All right, Hot Carl, I want you to.
What's your? Oh, here we go. Here we
Hot
go.
Carl, sing along.
No, I'll play. Ooh,
Hot Carl, jump in.
that's the music I play when chicks come up to my room.
That just throws me off. But I'm being.
Play
put on the
Tubular
spot.
Bells.
What is it?
You know Tubular Bells? Is that?
Let's
that's
play
not piano, is it?
8 Mile.
Oh, I can't do Eminem. I'm classically trained, not
Oh.
hip hop trained.
Play,
Okay.
All right.
So when did you start playing the piano?
When I was like 5, I'm Asian. I mean, this is what.
Is
we
that
Oh,
what you
there you go. There you go. Call back.
I mean, this is what we do.
Well, how come you never pursued being a piano player?
Because I wanted to be on television.
Really?
So, yeah.
You ever? You could
So
be
that
on
would have been
television.
your sec. You would have been like, I'm going to be a classical pianist. That would have been what I was going to do. That was
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
That's tough. You
Thanks.
either television, which is very
Right.
hard to become successful at, or I'm just going to join an orchestra.
Right.
Wow. Big
So-
goals. Big goals in that house.
It was
Thank you,
either that
guidance
or
counselor.
like play like I wanted to play baseball too. I'm just.
You could have been
really
in
random.
Styx,
Yeah.
the band Styx.
A little bit before my time, but yes. Yeah.
You could have been. They're still
Were you ever in a
touring.
band?
No, I was never in a band. But I really feel like I'm. I want to ask Hot Carl more questions. Hot Carl, can you play the piano?
No, I don't play anything.
Can I teach
except
you?
Little Hot
Can I teach you?
Yeah, why don't you take a lesson, Carl?
Hot Carl, I used to give piano lessons when I was
All right,
little.
yeah, let's
Why don't you slide on over here?
Here we go, Hot Carl.
Let me make sure that everything's okay.
This has been the most amazing podcast I've done so far.
Yeah, without
I'm
a
not
doubt.
joking.
I'm not kidding either.
This is like
I'm sweating because I was put on the spot. Hot Carl, we are going to teach you chopsticks. And not to eat with, but we're going to teach them to you to play. This is F and G. I want you to hit them together at the same time. Fantastic. Do it 4 more times for me. Fantastic. Now we're going to hit E and G together 4 times. Now we're going to hit B and D together.
You lost me.
4 times. This one. This one.
Which fingers do I
That's
use?
perfect. There you go. No. There you go. 2 C's. Kill it out.
Oh,
2 C's. Do it.
Is that?
No. Yay!
Hot Carl,
Oh
everybody.
my God! Give me a scholarship.
No, I'm so fascinated. You're a multi-talented woman.
Oh, thank you.
You can report on the news and you can play the piano.
Thank you. What about you? What's your hidden talent?
Nothing at all. I do this podcast.
Creeping
That's it.
people out.
No,
Do you play
we,
anything else?
No, I mean just classical stuff that I learned when
No,
I
I
was
mean like
little.
any other instruments.
No, I'm not good at any other instrument. No.
You're good enough for me.
Thank you, Hot Carl. If I was not taken, I would think about it.
All right. Yeah.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
I would have thought about it.
So, Hot Carl and I we're single in the city.
Yeah.
We are single men. You guys are happily married. Congratulations. That's great. For guys in Cleveland on the scene, guys like us, what should we do? How do we find happiness? Because I can't seem to find happiness as a single man in Cleveland, Ohio.
Well,
Christian
you should stay away
mingle.
from West 6. So.
What's that?
I'm kidding.
Hey, you met your husband buying him a shot. Come on.
Well, that was college.
Okay, well.
I'd say at this point, you know, I mean, you got to. There are
Lose
lots
some
of
weight.
ladies in Cleveland. There are lots of single ladies in Cleveland.
Who, where?
I see them out.
Yeah. But they're not Melissa Reed.
Oh, but I noticed,
I want
like,
Melissa Reed.
there's lovely ladies. I noticed a lot of times, like when you go to Lola here on East 4th, like they're
That's
stacked
not
at
my
the
scene.
bar.
Look at me. I don't go to Lola.
Yeah.
My scene is a bar where the main attraction is Keno and the bartender's pregnant. That's where I go.
So like Parma?
Parma.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You're from there,
You
right?
just lost some tweeters over there.
I'm just throwing out a city. It just came off the top of my head, Illyria.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Carl,
live in Brook Park.
sometimes
Does
I'll
that
say
matter?
it again. Sometimes you got to do the things you don't want to do before you do the things you want to do.
See?
Right there, and start at Parma.
And if there's a message in this podcast, that was it.
Yeah.
And don't give up, Hot Carl. You too, one day,
Oh,
will
women
find
are
love
crazy.
in your
I'm not
mom's
missing
basement.
out.
Yeah.
I got
Listen, I want to
spank
ask you
wire.
a
Yeah.
serious question. It's
Right.
kind of scary, and you know, I see this a lot in the news or in the past. Have you ever had a very uncomfortable encounter because you've been on television? Have you had somebody following you via social? Because even more now, more so now than it was before. You have so many different ways to get a hold of you or your attention. Has somebody been trying to like follow you creepily? I don't want to say stalk, but
I
that's what
did
I'm
have
getting
an
at.
uncomfortable run-in once. I was covering the trial with the Amish beard guy. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
Sam,
that was creepy.
Sam Mullet, which was a weird enough trial to begin with. And
That
I
guy
came
built
out.
my house.
Right.
Did he really?
My
No.
dad's house.
Oh, that's awesome.
I came outside and this gentleman was waiting for me and walked up to me and said, "Will you sign my pictures of you?" And I was like, "Well, okay." And I looked and opened up his book, and there were pictures of me on all sorts of stories.
I've had a similar story.
Like I was covering the Rock Hall. He had me at the Rock Hall. I was covering. I was at a Tribes game. I was on the field. He was taking all these pictures of me, and then he said, "You can have them. I've got more at home."
Oh my
So-
God! I feel a cold pit in my chest just
I
hearing
know,
that. I'm
and
creeped out.
I was like, "Is this happening?" I thought I was being like punked, and no, legitimately, he had a notebook of pictures.
Did
of
you
me.
grab your Glock?
No, I signed it and said thanks for watching, and then but that's.
Did you ask him
probably
if he
the
made
top one.
room for you in his trunk?
It was really uncomfortable.
No, I had a similar situation. It was like my first year on the radio. A guy emails me, and this is when I cut off meeting people out. Like if somebody contacts me on social media and they like I want to meet you out somewhere, I don't do it.
No.
Because of this situation. They said we're going around the corner, which is in Lakewood. It's my buddy's birthday. I would love for you to come down. He's a huge fan. All this. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get there. I'm like asking where the birthday party is. No one knows what I'm talking about. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And all of a sudden, this little guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, Chad. I'm like, hey, what's up? He goes, I'm Tom. I'm like, oh, cool. What's up, man? Where's the party? He's like, oh, they're not here yet. He's like, let's sit down and have a drink. I'm like, okay. So we sit down, pulls out a scrapbook of just pictures of me, just Google
my
images.
God.
Yeah, it was the craziest thing ever. And he goes, yeah, this was my favorite right here. And it was like me with my mom.
What?
I'm like, what? What's going on? And I said, listen, I got to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. I just went out the exit, never saw him again.
Oh, my God.
Did he pick up the check?
God, girl.
I would have got a couple of drinks out of him, you know?
It's like,
You're there.
Carl's like, you know what? You're going to kill me, but I'll order a nap. You know, like nachos for the table. Oh, well, yeah, that's uncomfortable. I think you win over that.
And here's another thing. And I don't know what this is like because what's it like? How do I say this without coming across weird? It's going to be weird.
All right.
This whole thing's been
This whole
weird.
thing has been, I know. I mean, it doesn't get worse.
Your job is to get
You're looking
stories
at me.
from people, to interview. You have credibility. But as a woman who's very attractive, is it disarming or do you ever run into a situation where somebody doesn't take you seriously on a basis of that? No, it's never happened?
I don't think so. I think because I'm, you see people like, I'm just going to bring up a good friend of mine, Allie LaForce, who is stunningly gorgeous. And people, they'll be like, oh, she just does it because she's gorgeous. But she's smart. I've never ran into that.
So you do like Allie LaForce?
Yes.
Because the rumor going around, you guys hate each other.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the one I started.
Yeah. But I think other women run into that. I can say that I have not. I think it's because I think I am approachable.
Right.
Were you mad when she got verified on her Twitter account?
You know what? That's BS. I've been trying to get verified. How do you get a little check?
Well, I think you're on the way being the best Twitter handle of 2013.
Hot Carl's verified.
Verified douchebag.
Seriously though, does anybody know?
I think you have to reach a certain amount and then all of a sudden
That's
you get a check
not true
mark.
because I think some of the Cleveland Browns are like 2,000 Twitter followers and they're verified. Like, what is it?
I think it's the unspoken secret amongst
The
Twitter.
Twitter world?
Yeah, I think it's like your agency can.
haven't
like
broken
my buddy,
that.
his agent did it. I don't know how it works. I don't care.
I don't have an agent.
No, you don't have an agent.
No.
You did this all on your own. This whole
I
career.
did do this all on
You
my own.
negotiated the deal yourself.
Yes, I did.
That's impressive.
Well, and it happened in less than 1 week.
Wow.
I know, but I went over and beyond reaching out to the people at Fox 8. Like I emailed like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 10. So like they had no chance. On Wednesday I got a phone call. Friday a phone interview. Tuesday a real interview. Wednesday was offered the job.
Wow.
Since I'm trying to make this a very talked about podcast, like almost like TMZ, like it's dirty.
Oh, I love TVNZ. Go ahead.
Dirty,
I'm
like the
ready.
carpet.
We're gonna
in
go
this
through
place.
some Cleveland notables, and I want everybody's opinion on these Cleveland notables.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Here we go. We're gonna start with Daniel Gibson. Go down the line. Huh, Carl?
Booby, love him.
Melissa?
I think his wife's Twitter feed's a little crazy.
Little Keisha Cole action?
Wow.
Yeah.
She's
Well, she wants out of Cleveland.
going in on Beyonce and the rest of Destiny's Child.
I say quintessential Cleveland Cavalier, injury prone.
You know, that's I like that. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay. Now, Mayor Frank Jackson.
He acts black and he's not. Or he's half. I don't know. Does that sound racist?
So sorry, City of Cleveland. City Council, I'll see ya.
Our own opinions are our own.
Right. And for the record, that's his opinion.
Melissa Reed, go.
He has a driver that drives him everywhere.
Does he really?
Fantastic. He is a driver that literally will stand there in a suit. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Waits for him, drives him everywhere around the city of Cleveland.
I have
Fun
drivers
fact.
too.
I
So
like
I don't
his
have
hair.
a license.
I like his hair.
Ryan Dalton.
He looks like a Muppet of a mayor. Like the mayor Muppet. He does.
Okay. Russ Mitchell. Hot Carl, go.
I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
He's
The
Channel 3.
CBS anchorman who now lives in
Oh,
Cleveland.
yeah, okay. I don't know. I want to see him bang, what's her name? The pickle bitch. See some interracial shit going on. Just kidding.
I love how Carl.
Why would you leave network TV and go down to Cleveland? Why?
Well, he's from the Midwest. He has family here.
Ah, shit. He couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the pressure.
I've met him. He's a great guy. He's a fantastic guy.
Fantastic guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's bringing back what, whenever Dick Goddard and the legends of Cleveland will eventually leave television.
Sure.
I think Russ Mitchell is making the way for the new legendary Cleveland people.
Will Melissa Reed be on that Fox 8 hallway one day?
I certainly hope so.
That is
Or till you get a better contract somewhere else. See you later, Cleveland.
Right?
Nice being here for 2 years.
And that's where that no filter comes.
Melissa Reed, Indianapolis, Fox 2.
I don't know who that Russ Mitchell guy is.
Well, come
I
on,
wish
you're
I
no
did.
fun.
Well,
This
I'm
is
never
very Cleveland-based.
Listen, I'm going to tell you the absolute. I'm going to be as honest with you as I
You're
possibly
never
can be.
here.
I know you primarily through your Instagram, which is a good point.
And
because
IU.
of social media.
IU.
Right.
I feel like we've met a million times. I know he travels throughout the world. He always Instagrams a beer, or he always Instagrams
His
like
wife
an
is
empty
right
stage.
there.
Or a
Melissa's done her
Vietnamese
homework.
restaurant, because I always get pho.
Why Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Look like we're going to have a little switcheroo here after, tonight, huh?
Well, his wife's beautiful though, so.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey.
she's all the talent.
Scissor
I'm
me
not a-
timbers, huh?
In all honesty, I really do give you props for coming here. Like,
I love it.
I'm glad you did.
Like, honestly,
love
that is
it.
so cool that you did that because
No, Chad was like, "Hey, Melissa, will you come on this podcast?" I was like, "I don't care what it is. I will." Because when I legitimately met Chad, like the very first, I think it was first couple weekends I was here, adored you, thought you were fantastic, hilarious, came to your shows.
Are we having a moment? This
yeah,
is nice.
I mean, I would sit front row in his shows. I'm
Yeah.
not.
How old's your
love 'em.
sister?
What?
Hello?
29.
Hot girl.
29.
29?
Way too old for me.
Holy shit.
Right?
Yeah. Melissa, I was dating a 20-year-old not too long ago.
Well, why?
That
She's
is
hot.
bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Bizarre.
She was a nice girl. She was actually. I thought she was way older than what she was, but it's
No.
bizarre the age difference.
You think that's wrong?
Yes.
Why?
At 20 years
Go.
old, she cannot drink.
Well, legally.
Right.
Yeah.
She can't drink.
She could fight in the war.
And and
She
buy
won't.
cigarettes. And at 20 years old, as opposed to your age,
Sure.
25,
25?
I
25
didn't
in
know
LA.
where that was going. That's like 15 on top of what I was giving him. There's a world of a difference.
Really?
Actually, a human being world of a difference
Sure.
in age.
She didn't know who Hall & Oates was. I told her it was a cereal.
Right, and she ate it.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
No, that was cool. She was like a cool girl, but you could see a girl who's gonna be amazing one day. It was like, you ever seen the movie Beautiful Girls?
Oh yeah, totally.
And
Wait,
Timothy,
Liv Tyler?
no,
No, not Natalie Portman. I'm with you.
Natalie Portman
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Timothy Dalton.
Fantastic.
There's a girl next
She was
door.
so good.
And he's like kind of falling in love with her, kind of.
And she's 14.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, at least I
Let
waited.
go, Chad. Let go.
Was it weird when you asked for her phone number and she didn't know it?
You know, you can save it for the stage, Ryan. Not this podcast.
What about you, Hot Carl? How young would you date a girl?
18 to 50. That's what it is on Match.com.
Like if you meet a 51-year-old, we're like, I don't know.
It depends how much plastic surgery, Like Wilma Smith, I'd bang her. She's like 76, isn't she?
Wilma Smith
Hopefully
is
her
beautiful
vagina has some plastic
inside
surgery. Hey, girl!
and out.
I'm just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. Sorry, Josh.
He's not kidding.
I
He's
love
not
it.
kidding.
I have no winks or anything. No one has gotten any feedback from Match.com.
Are you doing
I want my
Match.com?
$100 back.
Are you doing Match.com right now?
Yeah, and every chick that's interested in me looks like I don't know. Looks like me with a vagina, pretty much.
Well, I've done many stories on catfishing, so you don't even know.
Catfish. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might be some big old guy sitting in his mom's basement pretending to be a woman.
Just you and Manti Teo are taken by that shit.
Have you ever been fooled by a catfish profile?
I've never dated online.
I never have either.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I met my wife on MySpace. That doesn't count. I love you.
Yeah.
Wasn't dating.
You know, I met a lot of girls on MySpace back in the day.
Yeah, I remember like you get to put the mood in the background music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Click on the page, all of a sudden, the Beastie Boys are playing, and
The blogs to the right. you could
Blog.
They'd
update
have
your
so much
mood.
animation to them, it would take half an hour to load the page.
I
Sure.
had glitter on my MySpace page.
Yeah,
Pretty
glitter
sure.
was a
find
standard
that
issue thing.
fascinating.
Yeah. And I can't get back into it to erase it because I have no
Yeah, I
idea
tried to erase mine. It
what my
won't let me.
password is.
You're very sparkles and glitter. I can
Right
see
now?
that. Yeah, no, just in life.
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
a lot of smiley faces.
I do a lot of exclamation points.
Do you LOL?
I LOL all the time.
Really?
I LOL to your texts. I will LOL.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't LOL.
You just keep it real.
I go ha ha.
Oh,
That's true.
yeah.
I won't do emoticons. I refuse. I won't.
I,
do
Emoticons.
I,
I will not.
obsessed with
Will not.
emoticons.
I can see that.
My wife does it. I'm like, you're not getting a smiley
Like I
face
will
out of me. It's not gonna happen.
send
I
that
don't
little
care.
poop thingy to you like in a
Won't do it.
heartbeat.
No. I think eventually the English language is going to be replaced by emoticons and just LOLs.
I've
and-
actually offended people because I've sent a text message in our native tongue, English.
Weird.
And because I didn't put an exclamation, the appropriate exclamation, they
Yeah.
thought, "Why are you mad?" I'm like, "I'm not mad. I just responded to your
or
question."
not excited.
Yeah. Like,
Why are you not excited?
I used English. I thought that was enough.
Right back, JK.
Hot Carl, what's your favorite emoticon?
I just text in caps all the time.
You do? I think because your phone's
all I do.
broken.
And I just said hot Carl after everything.
Oh,
It's a crutch. It's a crutch I bear.
sure.
You should see his cell phone. It's the size of an iPad,
Oh my gosh.
and the font is so big it looks
is
like
it
a
like
jitterbug.
the original Zach Morris cell phone?
No, it's one of those Galaxies that LeBron had that shit on the TV. Galaxy 2. It's cool. My dick looks bigger on it. Hot Carl. Classic hot Carl. Right there.
He called it out.
How did
Now,
you
Melissa,
two meet?
do you want to go see Hot Carl perform now?
Oh my
this-
gosh, yeah.
It is amazing. I'm not kidding.
I might pay
Chad
$5.
and I's favorite comic, Hot Carl.
Yeah,
we
I have
look
a-
forward
Carl,
to
where
it.
do you perform?
I have a comedy group.
Whatever he asked me to. The Scumbags of Comedy.
Yeah, I have a comedy group called the Scumbags of Comedy.
I've heard of them. Great.
It's myself, Hot Carl, comedian Joe Howard, and Mike Polk.
I've seen all of the above except for Hot Carl.
We're performing May 8th at Vosh in Lakewood. You should come see
I
Hot
will.
Carl perform.
I will.
Yeah, I think you should put that in your calendar.
We'll put you in the VIP section.
And that would be.
You and Little John. And,
It's the table closest to the bathroom.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that it?
And
That
the
way you can
exit.
get to the bathroom
Exit
easier.
strategy
Yeah.
easiest. No,
Yeah.
I saw some of your buddies when they did the comedy thing at Beer Market.
Sure. Yeah.
That's a great venue.
Yeah, it is. It was
Yeah.
intimate.
Mm-hmm.
It was also though very dark.
Yeah, that's
Can
what
I-
you want. We're not very good lit. Like right now, I'm scared. I'm very self-conscious because you can see me. I'm very good in dark, lots of filters, clothing,
It's
lots
an
of
intimate
clothing.
setting with the fireplace and the candles that aren't lit though.
Yeah, that is weird. I'm surprised they didn't light the candles. That's bizarre.
Melissa, what kind of Instagram filter would you put on Ryan Dalton right now?
Well, the C for the hat.
Yeah, that's-
Oh,
no, not
the
hashtags.
hashtag.
You
Yeah.
got to get
1970.
I think he looks like a vignette kind of guy, or maybe some Heath,
Heath.
he needs a little bit more dark into his skin. He's a little pale.
high low.
Yeah.
High low.
High
X
low.
Pro.
I think I would give him a Heath filter.
Is it Heath or is it? I thought it was Hefe.
I honestly don't. I mean, if you want to make it classier than what it is, it's fine.
I was like,
Hefe.
Hefe. It's Hefe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. I mean, we've been doing this. Yeah.
What's your nationality?
I'm Korean.
Okay.
Probably the makers of the emoticon. I mean, like my people, like not North, by the way.
Yeah, that psycho's gonna blow you guys up.
just want to put that out there.
I was
the
thinking of
South.
this today. If they blow up South Korea, is my Hyundai warranty still valid? Hot Aaron.
Do you know that Hot Carl once sold me a car? And he sold me a car, and all he had to do was deliver the
You
car
can
to me.
lift
In
that
fact,
joke,
it
you
wasn't even
fucking
a
lifters.
sale.
What?
They just literally, I went to the general manager.
What kind of car would
It was
you
a Hyundai.
buy?
I bought a
Hyundai.
Hyundai
I used to
Sonata.
sell 'em.
Well,
Rick
there's
Case.
your problem, both of you guys. I mean, that's like almost buying a Honda.
Oh.
Like
I
That's
sold him
true.
a car and I
it
quit the
is.
same
It's like
day.
I'm just not gonna get a Toyota. I'll get a Honda.
Right, of
instead.
course. You get a little bit more for your money, and you get paint that's like liquid paper.
Right,
Right.
Yeah, but
I
that's
sold
all right.
Ryan a car and I quit the same day.
Yeah, he quit before he could deliver it. Like, he made money and quit before he could get paid on the money.
That's because the used car
You know what he
guy
said?
was
This place is a bunch of bullshit, and then he left.
And
Yeah,
how are
the-
you two even friends?
the
Because
used
that
car-
could've
Because
been
it's
a deal-
hilarious.
that would have been a deal breaker.
Yeah.
The used car guy was a dick, so I couldn't handle him anymore. He wrote me up. He wrote me up because I didn't look at the bitch's fucking mileage on the car, and I didn't. So he wrote me up. I'm like, fuck this.
But you gotta understand, that's not.
I kind of want to go on the Scumbags of Comedy tour.
Oh, it is something, and it is
Kinda wanna be
exactly
a part
the
of
title.
Yeah.
Speaking of cars, what kind of car do you drive?
Kia.
Well, you can't mention the car.
a Range Rover.
Oh, well, hello, Melissa.
Nice.
I mean, if you're into
Wow.
cheap cars, I mean, whatever, Ferrari. But
Sorry.
as long as we're
So
bragging.
you're really slumming it here today.
Tag awkward.
There it is.
I have a minivan.
Speaking of which,
I do. It says Hot Carl on it. DJ Hot
It makes
Carl.
me think of the stories that I've been doing about these child predators that have been driving a white minivan.
he has windows though. That's a good thing.
Why can't like child predators
The
ever get
l-
like a cool van or like something like
A
not-
white
like Range
minivan.
Rover, like a Range Rover?
Yeah.
There's space.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go, if that's your passion, like molesting kids, you're gonna wanna go all out.
Yeah, right.
Get a tour
Treat
bus.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, this is what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, this is your vehicle. This is what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're you
Don't make
can't-
the van creepy.
no
Make it a place you want to go.
Here's a fun fact. Growing up, my parents knew, because I was adopted, and they knew having 4.
You were adopted.
Yeah. I mean,
That's an exclusive.
You're
I'm
welcome.
breaking news.
That is
so
an
having
exclusive.
4 little Asian kids, they knew that none of us were going to be good drivers. So what they did was they gave us this huge,
You play the bum, ba-da-dum.
Right.
Can you do that?
I can't do that. Okay.
huge conversion van, like one of those white ones with the woody lining and like the VCR up top. And my parents legitimately said to me, we're going to put you in this so that if you hit anybody, you're okay. So I was that girl in high school that was trying to be cool, but driving around a freaking like semi to school
yeah.
every day. And I mean, that was back in the day when gas was like $1.39. And I would have fill that sucker up. It would cost me $30 just to get to softball practice.
I know what you're saying. I drove
know?
a 77 Cutlass Supreme with a wooden bumper. It used to stick out a full 3 feet farther than any other car, and I used to park by the hillbillies that all had pickup trucks and
Right.
Confederate flags because we're in Ohio and that makes sense. And they would actually be like, "Wow, this guy's cool. He's more obnoxious than us. He's total trash."
At a 76 Firebird.
Yeah.
No,
were
67.
cool.
I had a
You were
67
Ooh, that's a
Firebird.
cool car, actually.
What did you have, Chad?
In high school?
You had like a Ferrari.
No, I drove in high school. I drove a '91 Pontiac Le Mans. How about
Le
that?
Mans.
Never even heard of
Exactly.
that model.
That's how awful it is.
The Pontiac Le Mans.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're a man in your 30s, you don't want to be caught inside of it. You know what I'm saying?
I've
It's like a
never
16-year-old
heard
Miley
that
Cyrus.
model.
You don't want to be
No,
caught inside of it.
no.
Now we've learned a lot about you, but the thing that put me back was you were adopted.
Sure.
How did this happen?
My parents couldn't have kids, so they adopted 4 of us.
Okay, the 4 of you.
There's
Man.
4 of us.
No,
Were you
these-
guys all
great.
brothers and sisters?
No,
I'm glad to hear
Oh,
that.
really?
we were all adopted from different families. I feel like I'm bringing you in, Carl.
this is like this is
Do you
a-
hate it when someone's like, it's like, oh, you guys look so much alike?
I know.
Ugh.
I know, like they do that. My mom. My mom has like blonde hair and blue eyes, and my
No, I mean,
dad
you're
looks
like
like
your-
Dennis
your
the Menace's
siblings.
dad. Oh, yeah, we all do look alike though.
Have you ever tried to seek out your real parents?
No.
Has there ever been a thought in your mind?
No, but I do want to go back to Korea, South Korea, because I know I'd be like the tallest person. So,
Are you fluent at all?
no, not.
No, not in the least. Okay.
No, I mean they would send me to Korean camp over the summer, but
When did you come over to the States?
wow, 2. I was 2.
You were 2 years old. Mm-hmm. And what was that like? I'm trying to get like in depth.
Well, I'm.
You just lower your voice. It's like, what was it like?
Oh, I mean, I was very much like this story of little orphan Annie. I was dropped off at the step of an orphanage, and
Well, I never
they
knew my
never came
real
back.
father. That's why I ask.
Really?
But I seeked him out. I went and found him when I was 22 years old.
What was that like?
It was cool. He was a nice guy. As soon as you see your real parent, you figure things out quickly, just like mannerisms, bad habits.
What did he look like?
He looked like a really Italian version of me.
So, I mean, at least you know what you look like when you get older.
Yeah. He had like a gold chain. He's really stereotypical Italian.
That's what he'll look like when he gets older.
Yeah.
I wish I was adopted.
Oh my God.
So no, but it's always fascinating when people come from adopted families and but at the same time, you don't think it's had any kind of impact on your life. Everything's cool.
Oh, I feel like now this is therapy. Lay back.
Well,
no,
we're
What is
gonna
it,
know
Barbara
cool.
Walters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want
No,
to know
everything's
about you.
cool. And I
think my listeners want to know about you.
Yeah. No, I mean, everything's been cool. I have never really realized that I was adopted, except the fact
Am I
that
too
I look
invasive?
nothing like. No, I look nothing like my parents, but
Okay.
I got to figure it out.
But there's a lot of love.
A lot of love, and I have a younger sister. I have an older brother and a little brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
They're all
shared a
Korean?
lot. They're all Korean.
Me? Oh, my family's perfect. We're rich. Go on. Doesn't matter. Everything's great.
Great.
No need to adopt
Yeah,
children.
there's
You're
just
good.
so much love. I mean,
You're
it's
just
unbelievable. Anything I want, I get. Everything's great.
So are you going to have kids?
Maybe. Haven't thought that.
You haven't thought about it. Are you allowed to say your age in the news?
Yes.
Do you want to?
No.
Okay.
How old do you think I am?
I'm gonna go with 27.
Yeah,
That is-
43.
and 20
Yeah.
That is
Hi,
the
Carl.
automatic response
you
answer to that
43?
question.
Are you
always.
really 43?
Fuck yeah, I am. I wish I wasn't.
And Carl, what if you
What
you
are
would
you
like
doing?
look back in your accomplishments?
Alcohol, masturbation. I don't know. Hand in hand. Hi, Carl.
You've done it well.
He does look young for his age.
He does.
Yes.
He does.
So how come news people don't want to unveil their age? I'm just curious. Is it just a professional thing?
No, I think no one wants.
We're gonna look down on you when you're breaking a story now? Is that
No,
what's
I
going
just
on?
don't want. I don't. I'm not sure.
Oh, shit. Wilma
That's fair.
Smith and
That's totally
fucking
fair.
Dick Goddard have to be 200 between them.
Right, and they're not. And no one knows how old they are. Really, no one.
Dick
Dick Goddard's got to be.
He's 78.
He's got to be.
No, he
almost 80.
celebrated an 80th birthday.
Yeah, I should Google Dick Goddard.
40
ahead.
years ago.
Yeah, he's fantastic. How about you?
I am 37 years young as of last week.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I'm not ashamed. I'm more ashamed that I look older than my age. Like when I'm balding. That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Hat.
And hat. Hashtag
hat.
And I mean, I get a little self-conscious about it, but then I'm like, life's pretty good. You
Right.
know, I shouldn't be so down on myself. But that doesn't stop you sometimes from getting down on yourself.
No.
Who gives a shit? You got a hot wife. You already made it.
Yeah, but at some point, don't think I'm not cognizant. She's going like, "Oh my God, look what's happening." Like
she
she's
don't
never
care.
not known. Like you met your husband when you were both kids.
Yeah.
Okay, she met me when I was 30. Like I turned 30. She's never not known me like old. So that's weird. Look at her.
Good
she's
for
like,
you.
she's like, I'm running. I'm gonna run.
Is there an age difference
get
between
outta
you and
here.
your husband?
No, he's older by a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
it's okay.
Woo.
Oh.
Come on, right.
He's had a little bit too much.
So how old's your husband? It's worth a try. It's worth a try. Come on, worth a try.
If something happens to you on this podcast, I'll make the news. And I'll get a lot of downloads.
We need ratings. Hot Carl having a heart attack will get us there.
I have to ask you guys.
Would you start
questions.
reporting on it right then and there if Hot Carl died right
I'll
now?
tell
No,
you
I'd have to
anything.
give him CPR.
I will tell you anything.
Would you? You would. But your
Mouth to
natural
mouth?
instinct wouldn't it to be report on it?
No,
That
my
would be
natural
breaking news.
instinct would be to give him the Heimlich.
Can you do that?
And help him out. I'm not CPR certified, but I certainly try.
No, it wouldn't be CPR. I'd be having
We
an
have a nurse.
asthma attack.
We have a nurse
I'm
here.
like, get
Ashley
my
will take care of
inhaler.
She's hot and she's a nurse.
Hot Carl,
She's
you
a
should
hot
pretend to have a heart attack and she'll.
She's not
perform-
going to give me a mouth to mouth if I have
No,
a heart
I mean,
attack.
no, I won't.
Yeah, you'll die
You
around
can
me,
if you
bro.
want
That's not gonna
to.
happen. You're dead.
But what out of all of you guys in the time you've been doing this podcast, who has been your favorite guest, or who would you want to be on here?
I think this is it.
Well, sure.
I think I can go out on top. You guys cool for Jean Media? We're done? This is the last episode. We did it. We got there. The whole 8, right?
It's like Seinfeld, right? No, who would you want to be on here?
I have a lot of PR contacts that I haven't really dug up just yet, but I'm going to. But I mean, if somebody could give me I got to interview some cool people throughout my career, but the one I would love to do is the Beastie Boys. Well, the remaining 2.
Right.
I would love to do that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were in town last year for
They
the
were.
Rock Hall.
Look at this is.
I ran after them at the Ritz-Carlton.
You saw him at the Ritz-Carlton?
I saw the one that looks like
It's me and
what's
Ad
his
Rock
name?
right there.
That's
met him.
fantastic.
Yeah.
You look really good.
Thanks.
You have blonde hair.
No, I don't. It's just a
I would
filter.
like to have those 60 cops
this
that were in those
highlights?
chase.
Is this
That
highlights?
chase.
Can we zoom in? I think he has highlights.
Oh, Chad?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
No.
I mean,
There's
that would only be
definitely sun
achieved
in
by
there.
foils. Yeah.
It's just a good photo.
Oh, is
it's
that
just
it?
a good photo.
Okay.
It's a good filter.
Oh, that was
of
just
a photo.
summer
They're
sun ray.
Jewish.
Let me flip the switch. If you could interview one person, who would it be? How about that? Anybody in the world.
And you don't have to deal with the publicist. You get the answers. There's no you gotta dodge these questions. You get all the answers.
Kim Kardashian.
Like locally or nationally? Because like locally, I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I want to interview that TJ Lane guy that shot all the kids that shot in high school.
guy's
I want to
fucking
know
crazy.
what he was thinking.
That's a good answer.
You know, like I want to sit down, I want to look at him, I want to know what the heck his problem is, why he
This
did
is
that.
a hand that.
Yeah. No, I'm
Were you
serious.
there?
Yes.
Were you in
It
the
was
courtroom?
messed up.
You
like,
were in the courtroom.
Yeah, like your heart literally dropped.
Did you see the killer shirt?
Yeah, I mean, he took it
Oh
off.
my
Did you see it or until afterwards? Did you notice what it said? Because the judge
I knew
claimed
right away.
to not know.
As soon as he started taking it off.
Why didn't you say anything in court?
Because you can't.
I'm just trying to.
Don't get
Well,
kicked
no,
out.
honestly, the thought process was like, crap. I guess the judge is letting this happen, you know. So no one was saying anything. Same
What's
thing with
going to happen?
prosecution.
I'm going to send you away for 3 consecutive life sentences.
Yeah,
He's gone.
but it's weird to think that like there's somebody that evil, you know, from here in Northeast Ohio.
I think that kid was going for the viral video. I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
His last stint before he goes to prison and learns what it's really like.
What's great is he's going to a place where there are real killers
Yeah.
that don't want the publicity or the glory. They just like to kill. So
Yeah.
this little suburban asshole is going to go out there and he's going to. It's going to be rough. It's
Yeah.
going to be real rough.
Yeah, it's not going to be pleasant for him.
Better use some Astroglide on his rectum.
So you're against school shootings.
Yeah,
Okay.
just want to put that out
I just
there.
wanna-
So just clear that out.
Exclusive.
No, I'd love to ask him what his problem is.
What was the craziest story that you've ever reported on?
Well,
I talk to these guys all the time. I never talk to you, so that's why you're getting a lot of these
all right.
questions.
I just can't believe that some of the things that happen in Cleveland legitimately happen in Cleveland. Like I did the banana that the gorilla that attacked the banana in Strongsville. It went like national.
A gorilla?
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing that story.
a banana attacked a gorilla outside the Verizon on Pearl Road in Strongsville.
They were dressed up in the costumes.
Yeah, but it was a legitimate 911 phone call and a police report.
Really?
I mean, that happened in Strongsville.
And you
Were they
went there to
furries?
report?
I went there and interviewed the
The banana?
Verizon people. Yeah, I mean,
Were
or
they
like
in costume?
no.
Oh.
It was like a mascot or whatever.
Right.
But somebody literally dressed up like a banana and attacked this gorilla. There was a 911 phone call, and you like, what? Where does this stuff come up with? Like the RTA, the uppercut dude. I interviewed both of them. I sat down with both of them.
You sat down with the bus driver.
I sat down with the bus driver and I sat down with the victim. She only
Really?
interviewed with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a great.
That
And
bitch
I
could
asked
take
her,
a punch.
I asked her, what did it feel like? And she said, it felt like I was on Mortal Kombat. And I was like, this
It
is
looked
TV
like it was on Mortal
gold.
Kombat.
This is TV gold.
Well, if she wasn't an asshole, she probably wouldn't have got jacked up.
When you get a story like that, when that
Yeah.
story comes down
Did you
the
ask her
pipe,
that
are you
question?
like competing with someone to get that story, or do they go, who's in the room?
No, I mean, like
It's your beat.
Yeah, that was like, I literally thought it was a Game Boy, and I thought that was fantastic. No, no, I mean, it was my exclusive, you know. So when it aired all over the world, it was my story.
That's awesome, man.
I know, I love it.
Now, let me
It
ask you
actually
this.
is
Now
kinda
that it's all over, which side do you fall on that?
All right, I will say this, and it's being entirely just me.
So it's okay to punch girls.
No, but this is my thing. Okay, it should never have gotten to that place, and I think she was
I
definitely
agree.
wrong.
I 100% agree with you.
However, I think Artist Hughes, the bus driver, was wrong for pulling over, stopping, getting up, and hitting her.
Oh, no doubt. Well,
So-
yeah, he lost his job. I mean, you got to know
Right.
you're going to lose your job. Like, for instance, my friend Steve Byrne, he's the star of the show that I was taping in Los Angeles called Sullivan and
Plug.
Son. From Pittsburgh, Korean, just a lot of coincidences.
show?
Steve Byrne. It's called Sullivan and Son. It's on TBS.
yeah.
He got recently punched in the face by a cab driver. And my theory, I don't know what
Where
happened.
were you, Melissa Reed? How come you didn't report on that one?
I think.
Go ahead.
It was Los Angeles. He
off
got
the
punched
hook.
in the face. Now, at that point, that cab driver, that bus driver has to know, I'm losing my job for this.
Right.
I mean, you got to know. Even in anger, go,
But what if that guy's a brilliant driver?
Over.
What if he doesn't have a point on his license?
Artist use, he didn't.
He
was a pretty.
Comes to work on time?
He was a great driver.
Did that factor in?
I mean, there were like a couple of like things where he like maybe made a left turn uncomfortably,
Well,
but like he was a good driver.
Or maybe he uppercutted a woman. You know, that's a write-up.
Yeah.
You know what? Listen, this has been a treat for me.
He's just sick of women's shit, and he had enough.
I feel like you have like chronic lung.
I do. I got asthma.
Oh.
I got COPD. I got hit my inhaler.
This is true.
None of these problems are weight related. Don't think they are.
That's why I'm on a wagon.
Yeah.
I've been doing this podcast for about, what, 6 weeks, 8 weeks now?
What,
This
this
is
one
Every
we're
Saturday?
talking about? We've been on for 8.
For the
every,
most part,
every,
Saturday.
every Saturday?
Yeah, for the most part, every Saturday. Every now and then I'll
Who
do
have you had on?
a lot of my scumbag friends,
Me.
a lot of comedians.
Joe Howard 5 times.
All comedians. All comedians.
All comedians.
Yeah,
So
a
it's
couple
always
guys.
got to be funny.
What's that?
So it's always got to be funny.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people are podcasting now, and it's getting
Huge.
big.
So big right now.
And a lot of comedians are doing it, and that's how they're taking care of their.
And so people subscribe to you, and
They
and
do.
Want
I have a
to-
lot of subscribers. And I appreciate all the subscribers. But yeah, so I decided to go this route and bring on interesting people like Melissa Reed.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Draws.
Charles. See,
But-
and we're cross promoting at this point too.
Sure.
Because we're promoting Fox 8 as well as your podcast and Fat Carl's.
Hot Carl.
Did you just call him Fat Carl?
Hot Carl.
Fat Carl.
It's an easy mistake to make, and you're not the first
Thank
one
you,
to
Sharon
make it.
Reed.
I think we're going to leave on a high note.
Especially speaking of notes, I'm going to need you to play us out.
You got to play us out. Play us to the credits.
Oh my God. Are we still friends?
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh, you're not.
I don't know, Hot
You're
Carl.
so
That was kinda
not.
rude.
You're so
That was
not.
very rude, Hot Carl.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, we're gonna play us out. I want to thank my guest today, comedian Ryan Dalton. Ryan, where are you at on the Twitter?
Yes, Eric, go ahead. I am at Ryan Dalton on Twitter.
Okay, website.
TheRyanDalton.com.
Any gigs you want to plug?
I will be at the Minneapolis Joke Joint Comedy Club this Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay.
And
Hot
I'll
Carl?
be at the Hilarities Pickwick and Frolic the following week. And then I will be at the Cincinnati Funny Bone the week after that.
Okay, Hot Carl. What's your Twitter handle?
Hot Carl Ferrara at Hot Carl Ferrara.
And our last guest, Melissa Reed. Where can we find you again?
Melissa Reed, Fox 8. At Melissa Reed.
Yay! Thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Woo! This was epic.
Sit down. Sit down, Sonic.
Yes.
Sit down. Sit down, Sonic. Sit down. Sit down, Sonic.